Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel Tiny Tank, or as many of English. Okay, many of you know me as David. But today we'll be reviewing my matches, the footage from Armdruk is Groot, the pro qualifier that happened here in the Western Cape. You would have seen one of my previous videos talking about this event. And I qualified, came top 3, and I just want to share with you guys my thoughts and the progression of how that actually played out on the day of the tournament itself. And so I thought, yeah, let's get into it. And for those of you who don't know, the format was that there were I think there were 13 or 14 athletes, and then we all competed in a double elimination tournament. The top 8 of that double elimination tournament qualified to compete in a round robin, which happens basically right after the double elimination. And the top 3 of the round robin then qualify for the pro event that's happening in 2 months' time. Well, a month and a bit in Gauteng. And so that's kind of how this played out. We'll start with my first match the first match that's recorded on the live stream, which was against Erik. Now here's a crazy thing, and I'll press play so long. Erik, I underestimated him severely coming into the competition. Erik, I guess, was sort of flying under the radar, at least in my books. What ends up happening is I faced him already in the double elimination. This is me facing him again in the losers bracket, and I thought I was just going to crush him. And my first match with him in the double elimination, I had a tough time, like a really tough time. He was strong, and so I thought I was going to do very badly on the day. I thought I was weak on the day, and it turns out Erik ended up coming top 4 overall in the round robin. So he's a strong guy, and I'm glad I could get a win on him. This is the second time we faced in the double elimination. I'm on the riser, and yeah, they called that a pin there. I'm not sure if it was. Doesn't look too much like it, but I just catch him in a hook, and end up going to work. And it doesn't look like a pin, but listen, I'll take what I can get. My strategy for the double elimination was just to make top 10 and then lay down after that. Not many guys like that. They're kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm a wuss for doing that. But I thought, listen, I'm going to play it smart. And yeah, I think that paid off, at least in my books. My next match should be somewhere here. No, that's too far. Here it is. It is against this guy. It's Timothy. So Tim is the master of going to the straps. He is the slip king, and that's exactly what happens. We end up going into the straps. Now, Tim and I are actually really good friends. We're from the same club. I think Tim knew that I was going to win, but I think he wanted to give it his best go. Tim actually ends up getting match of the day, which if we have some time at the end, I will show you guys. So that match is, yeah, that one's was just quick and over. And yeah, my next match was against Daniel, Aquaman, as many people call him. You can see I asked for the riser platform, and I step up onto it. And I'm able to keep my shoulder a lot closer to my hand when I do that. See how strong he is. Just in his build, how big he is. Quite intimidating. I thought, okay, I'm going to get to the strap by just sort of slipping under here. And yeah, he's got a big hand. I didn't really want to mess with him outside of the strap. But the problem there is that I went a little bit too early. So they warned me. And I'm thinking, now he knows I'm going to slip under. What should I do about that? We end up fighting for grip as usual. And you see my setup's a little bit different now. I thought, okay, I'm going to go over. And then I end up being in quite a dominant position, actually. from there. I'm not sure what was going through Daniel's head at this time, but they put the strap on. And I was just so surprised with the outcome of this. So yeah, I know I've got to be good here. By the way, this is my first loss. Oh man, so it's so tough to watch. It just try to set the hook, but he's getting really strong with that side pressure and ducking down. And maybe there's a way I could have protected my pronation a little bit better. Either got to get my pronation stronger, or just I should have committed to the supination a bit earlier and jam my shoulder in a little bit better. But you can see Daniel's he's hyped, and I was happy for him. He's a beast. Okay, so my next match is against this guy, Jaco, who is he's such a good arm wrestler, and I would say he's revered in the Western Cape for being such that really good arm wrestler, super strong. But I don't know if it was running the tournament, because he was also the event organizer. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it's something in his training or his diet. But Jaco gassed out after the double elimination tournament and didn't win a single round in the round robin. And to be honest, I had a hard time with Jaco still. Even though everyone beat him, I really sickled. The way that I ended up beating Jaco was, you'll notice I'm not on the riser platform, which might have been a mistake. I mean, look at the position I'm in now. I would have the ability to press with my shoulder being behind my hand and be able to be much tighter if I was on the riser. And so perhaps that would have been a better strategy. The question though is, would I be able to hit with the back pressure that I do off the start? Like in this instance, you'll see. Would I be able to do that, sort of boom, with as much pressure pushing off the ground on the riser platform? I don't know. And when I talk, I DM Coach Ray, I DM Daniel Prokopchik, and they were like, no, when you top roll, you don't need the riser. When you hook, you need the riser. And so I kind of took that approach to this. But it just means that once the match stops, my adjustments are, you can see I'm still making adjustments, but they're limited. See, the Jaco's elbow comes off the back. I wasn't going to pin him. I would need to go through to pin, climb, and then press through. So it's good that his elbow came off the back. And you'll notice I try and take advantage of that in this next round. Okay. But they call it, it was my foul actually first, but they call it a simultaneous foul. I'll take what I can get. Next go, watch here. I can't pin him. Do you see that? I hit forward. Boom. I don't know if you noticed that. I can't pin him backwards. So watch. Boom. I press forward and his elbow goes off the back. Now, obviously, that's a little bit crafty, a little bit crook-like, but I'll take it. I managed to get Jaco out the way without losing to him. And you must remember the mentality that goes into a tournament like this. It's all strategy. That's the name of the game here. And yeah, I tried to be as wise as I could. My next match was against Raymond. Raymond is my club captain and a strong guy. Like, not just strong, but technically savvy. And he's strong in the fundamentals. And so that's what makes it really tough. Raymond's got really good conditioning in his elbow as well as his shoulder. And he's been doing it a bit longer than me. He's been around for a while. He's amazing arm wrestler, and someone that at our club, the Table Vikings, like everyone's looking towards him, everyone's looking up to him, and seeing him as an example of a great arm wrestler, trying to attain his level. Anyway, Raymond and we go to the strap. There's one weakness he has, and that is on his right arm. His wrist is a weak point for him. So what I'm doing here is, you'll notice he's moving his hand a bit because I'm filling his fingers completely. And that was a sneaky move by me too. His fingers are completely filled up. I'm low handing a little bit here. And you see I go back and he loses his wrist. Now, once again, like, would the riser have helped me in this position to more effectively finish the match? I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps I could have won some sort of... There I can bring my shoulder around after climbing a bit more. But what I do know is if I let Raymond more inside his shoulder, I'm going to lose from here. So I just keep battering away, shoulder forward, and I'm hitting more sideways now. I'm able to. He gave me that lane, and I beat him. Raymond and I think we were the smaller dudes in this round robin, and that allowed us to maybe have a bit more stamina than some of the other guys. Not everyone, but some of them. But yeah, beating him was a big deal. And it was cool to get a win. This next match, I'll briefly go over. Alexander has been to both the IFA Worlds, where I think he came second in the juniors, and to WAF Worlds, where I'm not sure if he cracked top 10. I think he might have in the juniors. He's an up-and-coming star in South African arm wrestling. And yeah, I have to face him, this long-levered, really tall, massive human being, and he's not as crafty in the setup as what he should be. Maybe it's inexperience, but I was able to make that a lot easier than what it looked, a lot easier than what it actually was. Alex is a really good arm wrestler, and he actually said to me there as he walked away, got me in the setup. So yeah, Alex, keep going, bro. You're a great arm wrestler, and you have lots of potential. I then end up having this rematch with Erik. Remember the last footage that we saw was in the double elimination. This is the round robin. Obviously, round robin, everyone faces each other once. Erik and I just said, let's go to the strap. We agreed to it. I'm on the riser. I know I'm going to hook Erik. I've tried to top roll Erik before in a tournament. It was a while ago though, and it was difficult. And so I thought the hook was the better option, and I went with the hook 3 times, and 3 out of 3 times it worked. And this one, Erik he doesn't have the same juice that he had in his other matches. He came fourth, 1 position behind me, but yeah, you see, just pure domination, sort of. Went into the hook. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to hit backwards, but it is what it is. It's now at this point that I'm facing Geo. I'll skip towards that. 252. This is Geo. This mal-looking oak here. Now Gio's also in my club, and Gio's also a great guy. He came into arm wrestling not too long ago, and he's very strong. Got a great sort of high back pressure focused posting top roll. Could be accused of being a bit of a one-trick pony sometimes because of that, but it's a good move, and he's learning some variety in his arm wrestling. But it's here that if I beat Gio, then I'm the only one, along with Gio, of course, who has lost once. And that would mean I had the opportunity to then rematch him for first place. But if I lose to him now, I've lost twice, and Raymond's also lost twice, so then we'd have to battle each other for second and third. But either way, I know right now, as I'm facing Gio, I'm guaranteed top 3, which was awesome. The match against Gio ends up being a little bit disappointing. But you'll see. So I'm not on the riser. I'm not on the riser platform. That's what you'll notice. And it's because I've got this idea of like top roll. You don't need the riser, right? I'm gonna top roll him. Gio actually did better than what I did in the setup on this one. And you'll see center. We're like a bit more on his side. I don't have as much purchase as what I did with Raymond or Jaco. Gio's just, and his cup is actually he's hooking me here, which is like it's not his move, but he's hooking me, and I must say, and that's why I got to mention that Gio's like, there's variability in his style now compared to before, because actually we saw him hook quite a few times throughout this tournament, and I'll have the link below to the whole live stream. You should go check it out. It was really well run. You should check it out. But I elbow foul, and then basically what I end up doing is I ask them to take off the strap and put the riser on. So now I'm on the riser, and I'm thinking I'm going to hook. So I'm going to attempt to hook Gio now, and Gio's back pressuring quite a bit. I'm off center, but that's okay. There I try to hook, and they call me for an elbow foul, which sucked. It sucked to lose on fouls. Would Gio have won anyway? Yeah, probably. I must admit that, but nevertheless, it's not fun. What happens is I'm guaranteed third place, but Raymond and I must battle it out for second. And this is probably my most interesting match, I would say. Okay, so Raymond and I, we're going to the strap, and I'm doing the same tactic. Do you see how my thumb is completely... sorry about that. Do you see how my thumb is completely filling his fingers? I'm sort of pulling back, boom, into his fingers. He loses his wrist again. He pushes me off. Look how deliberate it is. Okay, I'm going to go back. Look how he's going to push me off here. Boom. He kind of shoves forward and pushes me off. And I'm like, hey, push me off. And I'm going crazy. But let's see, he's going to laugh now. Watch his face. You see his face? He's got like that smirk on his face. Anyway, there you see he's laughing. But anyway, Raymond and I, we're good buddies. So, but when we fight, we fight. And here we go. This is going to be cool. I took his wrist. Can I do it again? That's the question. I'm complaining. I'm whining here. It's a referee's grip, but Raymond's moving. And did you see how he loaded me? You're going to see here. He loads me off center. Do you see that? And I whine about it. They say, bro, just close your hands. Close your hands. Capped or no cap, just go for it. And obviously, I don't know if it's because we want the matches to be fast, but that's how they did things. I still end up, you'll see, I still end up getting an okay start. I take his wrist. But I think I was too relaxed there. I should have had more pulsing hits. And you see that mistake I made there. Watch how the adjustment is. I bring my elbow forward to try and get my shoulder tighter. Do you see that? I'm sort of moving everything in closer. Kind of like from here, kind of doing this. But I move my elbow to the front of the pad. And it's a little bit reminiscent of... Where is that now? Can I bring that up? Yeah, sort of, if you can see the comparison here. There's Mindaugas versus Prokopchik. And that's kind of the position I'm in with the Raymond. The problem is probably that I'm not initiating enough side, or my shoulder is not committed enough. And maybe if I was on the riser, I'd be able to do that a little bit better and angle my body sideways in the way that Mindaugas is here. But I didn't, and you'll see what I ended up doing instead. I tried to back pressure, and then I end up in a king's move, which really sucks. Now you're gonna see here that Raymond doesn't actually pin me, and they call the pin. So I got a pin on Erik earlier that wasn't a pin, and now yeah, they're calling pins on me that weren't pins, but that's okay. Guys, always respect the referees. They can never be perfect. But you show them respect, and you shake their hand afterwards, and you know that they're fallible, because that's what humans are. We are fallible. We are not God. We cannot be perfect in everything that we do. And so yeah, those are all the matches. And it was a really cool tournament, and I'm looking forward to there's the top three. I came third. There's Raymond, there's Gio. Gio looks like a proper Viking, that guy. But yeah, what was a cool experience. Thank you, Jaco, for hosting an awesome event. I'm looking forward to the left arm one this weekend. I won't be competing, but I'll be refereeing there. And yeah, thanks to Armdruk for the platform. And I'm looking forward to see where this goes. There's going to be a 95 kilo class soon, and I'm excited for that. But I'll see you all later. God bless.